Thanks for joining us at Right On Replicas, where we bring you the best scale model kit reviews on the planet. This step-by-step review covers the re-release of the Honda Trail 70 motorcycle. It's a 1/8 scale MPC model kit number 833. This kit hasn't been seen issued since the 70s, and it's a skill level 2 kit for intermediate builders. You'll get 80 parts molded in red, clear red, chrome, and vinyl tires with seats and tubing. The kit includes real metal springs and water slide decals. The build-up of the kit is simple and results in a solidly constructed model. The fit and finish isn't too bad for a kit of this age, and the detail is decent and the tubing fits as it should. The overall dimensions when finished are length 7 1/4 inches, width 3 1/2 inches, and height 4 1/2 inches. Here are the decals for this kit. As you can see, they're very colorful and the registry is good. I strongly recommend using some decal setting solution to make it fit those contours, but as always, use the manufacturer's safety and use guidelines when using any of the products mentioned here in the review for your own protection. For most of the construction, I use Model Master liquid cement and sometimes a slow setting tube glue, but other adhesives are used too for strength like super glue and white glue for clear parts. Mostly the paints are Tamiya acrylic bottle paints that are shot through an airbrush, or rattle can paints that can be used for things like primers. Here's the layout of this kit, and as you can see, all the parts came out of the box. Now, some reviewers would pick up each tree and talk about the parts, but that won't really help you put the model together, will it? So here's my open box review in 15 seconds. Construction will start with the wheels. The tires are both the same, so assemble both tires with some super glue. And to give the tires a road-used look, press and roll the tread on a sheet of fine sandpaper. Then insert a rim front into a tire and a rim back into a tire, and then attach the rim fronts and backs. Now you note that there is front and rear rims at this point, so you can put them aside for now. Now grab these parts out for the engine, assemble and paint the block silver and add the side covers, then paint the head black, assemble the remainder of the head and attach that to the motor, using a 50-50 wash of black and thinner to the finned areas of the motor to highlight those. Now grab these parts to assemble the carb and intake. So assemble the carburetor and then assemble and paint the air filter aluminum color. Add the carb to the motor and then add the air filter to the carb. The spark plug is attached and the vinyl tube is cut 1 3/4 inches to attach it to the spark plug. Now get these parts out and assemble the frame with the rear fork and then cut a tube 3 1/8 inches long. Now wet sand the frame and use a good quality primer to completely cover the frame and check it for any blemishes and wet sand them again to prepare it for the main color. Now spray the frame with your color coat, starting with some light mist coats and building up. And if you paint your motorcycle any other color than red, I suggest that you put a black primer coat or two over the regular primer to keep the red plastic from bleeding through. Now you can decal your kit using the box art or the guide from the internet, but I suggest you use some setting solution available in the aftermarket or hobby stores to help the decals stick to the body and to conform to contours. Now install the motor into place on the frame and add the tube to the carburetor. If you haven't already, paint the front forks body color and then grab these parts and only glue the tops of the forks to the top plate. Paint the skid plate black and install that on the motor with the frame rails. Now pull these parts out of the kit box and paint the chain a copper color with a steel gear, and then the foot pegs are painted black and the bar is aluminum. The kickstand is black, the chain guard is body color, and install the chain, the foot pegs, the shifter, the kickstand, and the chain guard on the left side of the bike. Then the kickstart, brake disc, brake lever are on the right side of the bike. Assemble and install the shocks too. Now gather up these parts and install the front forks onto the fender. Assemble the headlight housing and paint that body color. The handlebars are installed and the caps are black and installed, and paint the handlebar grips black with aluminum tube and attach them into place. Assemble the brake disc and attach it too. Now assemble the headlight and the speedometer to the headlight housing and install the whole unit onto the bike. Now cut a tubing piece 2 1/4 inches long and attach from the headlight housing to the bottom pin on the brake disc. And a tube 4 3/8 inches long will attach from the left handlebar to the top pin on the brake disc. The right handlebar attaches to the tube from the carb. We'll use these parts to assemble the seat frame, the gas tank, and the tag plate, which are painted black. Assemble the muffler and use a 50-50 wash of flat black and thinner in the grill of the muffler to highlight the grill. Install the gas tank and then install the frame onto the seat and add the seat to the frame. Assemble the rear light and tag plate and then install that. Add the your license tags, and on the front forks install the round discs and paint them transparent orange. Installation of the wheels is pretty straightforward. Install the front wheel to the forks and then the rear wheel to the back end. With construction finished, all you'll have left over is some excess tubing and the extra headlight and different decals. Well, there you have it. The molds for this kit were in pretty good shape, and the kit builds fairly easily. The fit and finish isn't too bad, except for some minor flash. This was a fun build. It's something different for a change of pace from the typical car or motorcycle build, or heavy aircraft or military model. It's a weekender, so it's a slump buster that you can appreciate. It's a neat looking bike when finished and has enough detail to look good on the shelf. Is this a contest winner? Perhaps not, but it's worth the time and effort because it looks nice, and like I said, it'll get you through a weekend with an accomplishment on your shelf. I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad Round 2 is bringing back some of these old kits out of the vault for us to enjoy once again. We hope you liked this premium quality step-by-step review, and so that you don't miss any more, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. But you can find us on Facebook and also at our website, www.rightonreplicas.com. Thanks!